Throughout my whole life, I've always wanted to be seen as a thinker, as a creative, as an artist, because that's who I truly am. And over the past 3 years of making content on the internet, not once have I showed that side of me. And this was because I just wanted views, and being seen as an artist, it's hard to get views. But being seen as a guy who likes shoes and fashion, it's really easy. But I tell you that to tell you something else. A story, you could call it. It started 2 years ago when I first began making clothes. The first thing I ever created was a pair of pants that was way too tight. You couldn't bend over at all. They were the stiffest, tightest pair of pants you could ever see in your life. And you know what? I was proud of it. I was so proud of it. It was the first thing I ever made that genuinely took creative energy and effort. It was the first thing I ever made where I was like, okay, I want this, and this. And then I made this, and this. And then the next thing I made, it was a little better. This time you could bend over. This time you could do a squat. But after a few wars, it fell apart. It fell apart. So I made another thing. This thing you could squat in and it didn't fall apart after a month. And I made another thing and another thing and another thing and another thing. And the reason I'm telling you this is because every time you get into something new, you're going to suck. You're going to make the pants that you can't move in. But the second time you make it, you'll fix it. And then you'll find a new problem. And then the third time you make something, not only will you solve the first problem, but you solve the second problem. So you'll find another, and so on and so on. And the reason I'm telling you this and the reason I did that intro was because for the past 3 years, I have made content that I no longer want to make. So now I'm going to have to make new content that will be just like those pair of pants that didn't fit me. I'm going to have to make content that this video got 100 views. Why? Because I didn't introduce it right. And so on and so forth. And the reason I'm telling you this is because no matter what you're doing, if it's videos, if it's the gym, if it's anything, you are human. And the first time a human does anything, it will suck. But, but, the worst thing you can ever do is not put that first thing out. Seriously, like the worst thing you could do ever is not put that first thing out because you're scared of looking like trash. You're scared that other people are going to judge you because your pants don't allow you to move properly. That's the worst thing you can do. And the best thing you can do is make the pants that don't fit you properly. So 2 years in the future, you can have a clothing brand that you live off of and people love. Just because you made a pair of pants that didn't fit properly. So, the moral of the story is make the pair of pants that you can't squat in so in the future you can do what you truly love. Because if you never make those pants, you will never do what you truly love. You're welcome.